Hi, Internet. I am checking in on my 1 year anniversary from having my surgery. It's early. My hair's wet because I actually just came back from the gym. I ran about 4.5 miles. And that's a good way to start. Feeling great. I guess there isn't a whole lot to report between last month and this month. Over the month, I've lost about 6 pounds. It's starting to slow down, and with hormone fluctuations, water. I mean, I've said this before, but it's like my job to have water weight. I'm really good at it. And I'm carrying around a lot of extra skin. So that kind of stops some of the weight loss, but it's actually been fantastic. I can't complain. I've lost 122 pounds since surgery. I am down to 186, give or take. I'll say that's on a good day. Since surgery, I've lost, or pre-surgery, like my highest weight ever, which was just after my daughter was born, I've lost 170 pounds. That's incredible. And a lot of that, of course, from the highest down to my surgery weight, I did it on my own. Feel good about that. I feel really good about where I am now. Was at the surgeon's office last week. Checkup went great. I got the okay to go ahead and see a plastic surgeon. So I do have an appointment in February to talk about my options. I'd like to have a lower body lift just because of the way my stomach is and on my side and down my legs. Just there's a lot of skin. It's the trade-off. Yesterday I went to a different doctor and got some blood work done to test my vitamin levels, especially vitamin D, vitamin B12, iron. I'm not going to be shocked if my iron levels are low because they've been low even before surgery. So apparently I don't get enough iron in my diet. And while with sleeve, you don't have a malabsorption issue, you still aren't eating a lot of calories. See, I only get it's usually about 700 calories, no more than 800 a day. And that doesn't leave a lot of space to get all the vitamins that you need. I do take a multivitamin, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see if I have to supplement or maybe even get shots of B12. So we'll see. I should find out in a week or so what those levels are and what I need to do, if anything. I mean, other than that, I'm just excited to continue going. I am continuing running, obviously. I still go 3 or 4 days a week to run. I push it now, so I go about 4 miles at a time. It was just 3, and now, maybe 3.5. My furthest is 6.3. I've run a 10K twice now, and that's really exciting. I never in my wildest dreams thought that I would do that, and I have. And I can't say that it was necessarily easy because once you hit that last mile, it's like, okay, I think I'm going to die. But I kept going because I knew I could. So, I mean, that's a really good accomplishment. I just enjoy running. I really hate the treadmill, though. I don't use the treadmill very often, and when I do, it reminds me why I hate it. I just don't like to run and not go anywhere, even if it's around the track. I'm babbling, I know, but you get my point for those of you that understand. Clothing sizes, it's kind of incredible for me because I have shirts that are a size small now. I have several shirts that are small. My favorite skinny jeans are a size 8. 8! And when I first started buying them, they were a 22. Some even a 24. It's kind of, it's unreal. It's kind of an 8-10 on the bottom just because I'm hippie. Always have been, always will be. And then smaller on top. I've had to switch out of everything, change underwear, change bras. The bra size is weird for ladies. I was lucky, okay? Some women really lose their chest area. I didn't. Things are still pretty perky, I guess, for the lack of a better description. But you do lose some. So bra size changed very dramatically. Really, everything changed. My shoe size didn't change. For some people, it changes, but mine stayed the same, and I'm good with that. I don't need to mess with shoes. I had to change out of so many other clothes. It's kind of ridiculous. So, I'm happy. I've got dresses that are size small, you know, size 8, and they fit. And once I get some of this excess skin off, they're going to fit even better, which is another thing that I'm really looking forward to. Another thing is to not have to deal with some of the rashes that you get for all this extra skin. I have a rash on my belly button. That's insane. And yet I have it. So I actually have documentation now. I have to take pictures. I have a medication now to use, just so insurance companies can see that it's a legitimate problem. It's recurring, and I'm, you know, trying to treat it, but it's going to come back. I am hoping to have plastic surgery this summer, so we will see how it goes. I'm not exactly sure what I'll end up having done. It's going to depend on what insurance will cover. I know a lot of places that I'd like to have done, but I know for a fact insurance will not cover, like my arms. I have a lot of excess skin on my arms, and it's gross. You know, it's amazing how strong I actually am and how much muscle tone there actually is. And it'd be so much more visible if that skin wasn't there. So maybe, you know, eventually I'll be able to pay out of pocket when I have money, which I don't know when that'll be, to get it removed, make me feel a little bit better. I know that surgery isn't particularly painless. So speaking of painless, I'm actually getting my wisdom teeth out on Monday, so that'll be fun. Kind of going back on that liquid diet for a few days. So we'll see what happens there, see how my body responds. How I feel, deal with the pain. I'm kind of ready just to get it done, but still I'm not exactly looking forward to it. So I'm trying to think if I have anything to... Oh, okay, yeah. The one thing that I really wanted to mention, and this is something that I've noticed psychologically, is that I will look in the mirror and I don't always see the differences. It's not until I look at pictures of myself, and then in a lot of ways I'm almost horrified. I look at myself and go, wow, was that really me? Is that how I really looked? Because you see yourself so differently, and when you are so accustomed to see the same person in the mirror every day, then the pictures are the pictures, and you know it's you, and then you can move on. But now it's something entirely different. It's kind of mind-boggling to see myself as that same person, that just the outer parts have changed. And I don't know how many other people deal with that, but from the people that I have talked to, it's a real thing. It's almost like a dysmorphia of some kind. You don't always recognize yourself for being a lot smaller than you are. I think it's kind of crazy. I can even take a picture now and say, well, I don't look that different, but clearly I do. And I look at my clothes and say, well, you know, these aren't that different from what I wore last year. Wrong, because I have a pair of pants from last year, and I can put 2 legs in them. So yeah, a lot of things have changed, but it doesn't mean that your brain always can wrap itself around the fact that it's changed. And, you know, you look in the mirror all the time, and you can see the changes, but that doesn't mean your brain will always, like, recognize them. So... anyway, that's just something that I kind of have to deal with. Everyone does. I think there are times where I'll look in the mirror and I think I almost look gaunt just because my cheeks can get sunken in. But clearly I'm not. So anyway, overall I'm feeling good. It was a hard decision, but it was the right one. I'm still working through things. Emotionally, I'm a lot better than I was. I still do the 60 to 80 grams of protein. I still get, you know, about 70 ounces of water a day, and then plus other stuff like tea. I haven't had a pop in a year and a half, which is kind of crazy. I can't fathom drinking one now at this point. That's just how I am. I drink a lot of water, a lot of decaffeinated coffee, actually, and then Diet Snapple. I like Diet Snapple. So I'm happy. I'll check again. I'll check in again in probably a month, maybe 2 after my appointment. We'll see. And update and see how it goes. I figure I'm kind of going to do these videos probably at least until a year and a half out, which is kind of where they say that the weight loss pretty much stops as far as the sleeve is concerned. It actually could progress further. That's not to say that I won't continue to lose weight, but it does start to kind of taper off, and so it's not such large amounts every month. But anyway, that's my update. Feel free to ask me questions. Like I said, I'm feeling so good, and it's been difficult. It's been a challenge, probably not just for me, but for everyone around me. But it's been worth it. So I will see you next month.